Hi there, good day everyone. This is again teacher Jerry Ajava for campus journalism for English. This time this is not really part of campus journalism, but still this is about writing. So let's head on to our topic about technical writing. In my previous video or upload or content, we talked about creative writing and how it was different from academic writing and technical writing. And today we'll be talking about technical writing, the highly technical kind of writing. Well, according to the great Albert Einstein, he said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So that's how this is the motto, this is the standard that we need to follow when we when we do technical writing. Okay, we have to put everything simply. We have to use simple words. We have to be able to explain it to to a mother, to your mother at home, okay, to the layman. Okay, so you have to really explain it simply. What does that have to do with technical writing? Because in technical writing, it is used to inform, instruct, or direct a specific audience through maximum clarity and precision with a specific tangible goal in mind. So we have to be very simple. We use plain words that is easily understood. On rare occasions, seldom do we do technical writing that is used to persuade. The persuasion is indirect through informing, instructing, or directing. 99.9% technical writing is usually used to inform or instruct, to give orders. Is technical writing really always technical? Technical writing is more often than not, but not always, in a technology-centered field. It is sometimes referred to as business writing because it is used in a variety of businesses and disciplines. It's just called technical writing because it is highly specific, highly technical in that kind or particular field or business or discipline. Now, examples of technical writing. Technical writing is used to inform, like we said, inform, instruct, or direct, give orders to a specific audience. The audience is really very specific. Through maximum clarity and precision, you have to be very clear and precise, simple, with a specific tangible goal in mind. What are examples of informing, instructing, or directing? What might be some examples of indirectly persuading? Like, because we said earlier that we can also persuade, but we rarely do that. Most of our tasks in technical writing is on informing, instructing, directing, like what we do with manuals, how to do things DIY with a series or steps of instructions. Here are examples, like lab reports, manuals, like I said, factual data, statistics, directions, handbooks or training materials, modules, okay, forms and surveys, government laws or enactments, business documents like founding documents, proposals, contracts or guidelines, job application materials. You see, as you notice there, these are very specific and very technical. We have here an example. This is like a brochure, infographics with a series of steps, like how to drive a golf ball farther. So you have a picture and steps, because actually pictures will really enhance the understanding of those steps. Here's another one, just the simple how to use chopsticks. That's still creative writing. Of course, the drawing will, the illustration will really enhance, support the understanding with the words there. So you see, that's very simple. We do this every day, but it has to be really simple and, of course, technical. Here's another one. This is an article. Okay, I believe this is a legal document. There's another one, the shared office printer instruction manual in how to operate the printing machine. As you see there's a troubleshooting guide, what to do in case of this machine, photocopier machine, printing machine won't function. Another one, this is kind of scientific. Cholesterol, what you need to know. There. Check off your risk factors. Just anything on, we give instructions on what to do simply about anything under the sun. Another example about the level of washer, anything there. So you see, that's very technical and simple, and make sure that your instructions, directions are really clear and concise and precise, and of course short. You don't go beating around the bush. Another example there, in the world of engineering, logistics. Now, how is technical writing like or different from other kinds or fields or disciplines of writing? Let's talk about the writing process. Of course, technical writing, just like any kinds of writing, it involves pre-writing, during writing, and post-writing activities. Pre-writing, that includes brainstorming. You have to brainstorm, you have to think of a number of ideas. Of course, you have drafting, the revision, and of course, editing and polishing are still expected, though they may vary slightly. With the time and effort, short does not mean easy or fast, although these technical writing outputs or examples, these are really short, but you'd be needing short time, but it doesn't mean that it's really easy and quick and fast. Okay, it still has hard work. Strong language skills, it still entails grammar, correct grammar, punctuation, spelling, sentence structure, and word choice are still necessary, although you'd be using shorter words, direct to the point. You go direct to the point. Research, if you don't already completely understand your audience, topic, and purpose, you must thoroughly research. Rules, as the rules of writing, most technical writing projects will require expertise in the use of the field's writing conventions and or a style guide. Of course, these rules will have to also depend on what kind of technical writing, what's your output, what's the task, what's your mission, what's your goal, and of course, who are your audience. Here, still, punctuation is very important. We have an example here, a woman without a man is nothing. That will have to mean another thing when you have another punctuation. A woman without her man is nothing. See, punctuation is still very powerful. Be very careful with that. Example here, let's eat, grandma. That's different. That's kind of gross. Unless when you say, let's eat, comma, grandma. You say punctuation saves lives. And also with the use of the Oxford comma, the last comma in a series. This is different. The panda eats, shoots, and leaves. That's different when you say the panda eats, shoots, comma, and leaves. Technical writing, comma, example about let's talk about the Oxford comma. Commas added, option 1, then we have option 2. The workshop identified the work scopes. The phasing generated several different sourcing strategies for those work scopes and proposed selection criteria to compare the sourcing strategies to best benefit the project. Another one with the use of comma. The option 1, it does not contain comma. This one has commas. The workshop identified the work scopes and phasing. generated several different sourcing strategies for those work scopes, and proposed selection criteria to compare the sourcing strategies to best benefit the project. You see the difference. You see, grammar and punctuation and spelling are still very important in technical writing. This is another example with no commas. That would be quite long and no time to breathe. And that might mean another thing. How is technical writing unique? Of course, your audience. You have a very, very highly specific type of audience. Usually professionals in a field with a specific role, like you'd be making something for the directors, for the CEOs, for the secretary, for the secretariat, for somebody else, like an array of things, often only accessible to those intended. You have a very specific audience or readers. Presentation, it's just simple and direct to the point and clear organization, favors visual accessibility and clarity over flow and transitions. As much as possible, we don't need transitions and with the flow, because usually, because these are, you're giving steps or instructions numbered or in bullet forms. Visuals, graphics are encouraged and commonly used to better explain or support or enhance the information and comprehension of these information. So you need infographics, pictures, art. Knowledge. You are the expert and do not need to prove your reliability or knowledge. Since you are the one writing, you are giving instructions, now you are the expert. Information, you should be very objective, 100% objective, not subjective. 100% factual, true, and very, very accurate. There's no room for mistakes. Never ambiguous. Okay, not ambiguous, like meaning when there could only be one meaning, nothing else. Emotion or opinion are strongly discouraged. No emotions, no feelings, no dramas. Cut the drama. Language. Language is highly specialized and jargon heavy. In campus journalism, we are told not to use jargons, okay? But this one, because your audience is really very specific, like you have you are writing for doctors, you're making technical writing for doctors, so you can use these discipline specific words or jargons, to call them the jargons, okay, if audience appropriate. Tone, your tone is very formal, specific, precise, direct, clear, straightforward, because there is no space for opinion and originality. Examples, the examples are not common but may be included. You may provide examples concisely when necessary for better understanding. Remember the purpose of the finished product. You have to put in mind your audience and your purpose. What's the mission that you or the readers, the one you're giving instructions to, what's the mission to be accomplished? Informing, instructing, proposing, or persuading? Those are your purposes. You have to shape content to purpose and make goals very, very clear. Understand and remember your audience. Concerns, background, and attitude toward your purpose. What are their concerns? What are their backgrounds? What do they know? Do not presume, do not assume that they already know as much as you know. Although I told you earlier that you have to act like you are the expert. Existing, experienced, or novice users? Are they experienced masters already, hustlers? Are they existing users, or are they new users? Will the content be online or printed or video or audio? You have to know the topic or product and its particular requirements. What more can you learn? Instructing and explaining require a deeper understanding than otherwise needed. All data must be accurate, very, very accurate, and up to date and relevant. That's up to date there is really very important, because there are some things, there are some techniques or trends from a long time ago that do not work anymore now. Be very consistent. Be always consistent. Use a style sheet. Use the same words. You can use the same words. Not like in writing, in which I always tell my campus journalists, my writers, that you should not use the same word twice or many times in the same article, in the same page, in the same paper. I actually encircle them. But here, for technical writing, you can use the same words. And of course, use punctuation styles. Write precisely. Concise writing enhances understanding by avoiding information that does not directly further the intended goal. Keep sentences short. Okay, KISS, K-I-S-S, just like in news writing, in campus journalism, still we follow the same rule. KISS, K-I-S-S, keep it short and simple. Write clearly. Information is as clear as possible with no ambiguities, double meanings, misinterpretation, or questions. Just like in news writing, you have to make it brief. Keep it short and simple. Okay? Complete, short but complete. Okay? With no audience or reader asking something else. Make good use of visuals. Visuals will aid you. Okay? Use them effectively, not just to have a visual. There's no reason for that. Remember, content design and page design. We also have that page designing in campus journalism. So readability over, you have to have the function over the form, okay? Readability over art or aesthetics. Writing rules that technical writing breaks. Now these are the wrong, the errors of writing rules that that are broken by this in technical writing. Let's see how it is different from campus journalism. Passive voice. In campus journalism, especially in news writing and sports writing, we are told to always use the active voice. Someone does something over the passive voice. But here in technical writing, in passive voice, use it sometimes. You can use it. Attendance to chapel is required versus Azusa Pacific University requires attendance to chapel. You can use passive voice, okay? Figurative language, only use it in technical writing when it facilitates understanding of the concept or instruction. Okay, as much as possible, it's a no-no, but you can only use it to support or facilitate better understanding or comprehension of your instruction. Like example, twist the nozzle clockwise like twisting on a bottle cap. So you have there the simile. It's being compared to something else. Sentence fragments, used when necessary for brevity. Sentence fragments, they are a no-no in campus journalism. Okay, we are very strict to that. Whereas in technical writing, you can use them for brevity to keep it short and simple. Remember, very important, focus on readability and comprehension above everything else. Okay? Because the audience must be able to do the task that you told them. What else makes good technical writing? Comprehensiveness. It should be comprehensive. It's short, it's brief, but it's complete. No important information is being left out or lost, and the product can be used without any other resources. Not that you're going to give them like a guideline or mechanics or just the instruction or the manual. Then when how to make example, how to assemble blah blah blah, so they only have with them they are only facing reading your manual or instruction, only to find out that they don't understand it, and they would still be needing the dictionary. So I think there is a flaw in your instructions. Emphasis. The writer makes importance clear by emphasizing the most important points and subordinating others. Facility. Information is easy to locate. You have to use signposts and headings. Okay. Quality, grammar, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, word choice, jargon or diction, jargon and field-specific conventions are used correctly. Confidence, decisiveness, and assertion put the reader at ease and thereby increase their trust and productivity. Of course, thanks to you who gave them the correct order of instructions. Readability and comprehension. How can we ensure then the users can easily read and understand the information that we gave them? Now here are some tips. Let's go back to the rudiments, the basics of clarity and grace. Open sentences with short, concrete subjects. Talk about the subject. Choose specific verbs, very specific verbs, like you cannot just use eat, okay? There are many kinds of eating. You can have swallow, munch, bite. So use those very specific terms or verbs. Get to the main verb quickly. Go straight to the... Why are we talking about verbs here? Because verbs are instructions. Verbs are imperative. So you have to be very careful with the use of your verbs. Be concise. Create affirmative sentences, not the negative sentences. Remember the known or new rule. What do they know already? What do they need? Is that something new that they need to know? Okay? Control your sprawl. Use parallel structure. If you use ing, use them in that. Consistent. Be consistent with your parallel structure. When you use present tense all the way. This is what we said about parallel structure. Ensures that each item in the list has the same structure. Remember to be as concise as possible. Example, this is a wrong example. In his spare time, James enjoys beach, jogging, volunteering at his church, and is a third-degree black belt in karate. That's a correct sentence, but it does not follow the parallelism. Revised. In his spare time, Fred enjoys jogging, ing, on the beach, volunteering at his church, as still ing, and practicing karate as a third-degree black belt. Revised again, for better to keep it short. In his spare time, Fred jogs, volunteers, and practices karate. So that's better now. You use the S, the present tense, and then, of course, the shorter. Remember, readability over form, over art, over aesthetics, okay? Content design, italics, bold. Are you going to use italics, bold, underlining, bullets or numbers, colors, definitions? That's also the design. Page design, margins, spacing, font size, font style, alignment. Are you going to use left, right, centered, justified? Are you going to put boxes or lines, footnotes, endnotes, placement of graphics, and of course the very important white space that serves as a breather for the readers. Now, here's an example. The title of that book is Writing Your Dissertation in 15 Minutes a Day by Joanne Bolter, Doctor. That's an example. Writing about theater. Those are really good ones, but they are like maybe dull or boring. How could we, in technical writing, how could we make that better or visually appealing? Okay, now this is a better example. Of course, it would matter. Of course, it would depend on your subject, on your topic. And this one is a handout. Of course, there are colors, there's a picture there, there's a white space there, and of course the correct spacing. Now to end, according to Ezra Pound, who is a poet, a critic, and an intellectual just like you and me here, good writers are those who keep the language efficient. That is to say, keep it accurate, keep it clear, especially in technical writing. Because our readers must have to get it done. Okay, the task. After reading your manual or instruction, They must be able to say, thanks to you, thanks to the manual, thanks to the instruction, thanks God, mission accomplished. Thank you so much. Bye, bye, bye.